planter box project. Now we're going to start on our third project. Our third project is going to be a footstool. Now there's just a little footstool that you can use to keep your feet up off the ground while you're watching television in the living room. Or you can use it as a little seat out in the garden. It's up to you. This is going to be a reasonably simple project with quite a few straight cuts. It's all going to be in the assembly. You should have all been sent 3 pieces of wood. Okay, so let's get into it. So here are our 3 pieces of wood. This one's going to be for our legs. This one is for our leg brace. And this one here is going to be for our seat, the top of our stool. Okay, so we're going to start with this one right here. We're going to measure the length of this one. Now they should be around about 1200 millimeters long. They may be a little bit longer, maybe a little bit shorter. That's okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to find the middle of our wood for our first cut. So my one here is 1208. So I'm going to be looking at 604 for the middle of my wood. So I'm going to mark it at 604. We use our tri-square. I'm going to square that off. That's going to be our first cut. Now remember, safety is the key, so take your time, don't rush it. Draw back first. Once you've cut your leg in half, we're going to cut each one of those pieces in half again. Now we measure halfway on these 2 pieces. So I've got 604, which is 302. I'll mark 302. Measure the next one, that's 604, so I mark it at 302. We get our square, square it off. Get our square and square it off on both pieces. That's our next cut. Okay, now that you've cut those, let's get into your leg braces. These are going to brace the legs together. 2 are going to be the same, and then 2 are going to be slightly longer. We're going to use this wood for our leg braces. Our first measurement for a leg brace is going to be 210 millimeters. We use our square, square that right off, and we're going to cut that. Now we want another one at 210 millimeters. Square that right off, and we're going to cut that. For our next measurement, we're going to need to measure the thickness of these braces. So everyone's thickness is going to be slightly different because everyone's got slightly different pieces of wood. So this is where you have to measure it individually, and we're going to add the thickness of these 2 bits of wood onto our next pieces. Another little simple trick is we can measure our 210 millimeters plus the width of these. I'm going to measure the width of these, and on these I have 30 millimeters. So if each one of these are 30 millimeters, that means we're going to be adding 60 millimeters onto our 210 for the next 2 braces. So 210 plus 60 millimeters is 270. So I'm going to mark out 270. Square that right off. And then with your remaining piece, we're going to measure 270. Square it off. And make that cut. Now we're going to nail two of our legs together using one of these seat braces. So with the two shorter pieces, the 210 millimeters, we're going to join our legs together. We're going to need to find our nailing line. We want to nail right in the middle of our wood. So with our leg, we're going to mark it like we did in our last two projects. We're going to mark the width of our legs onto the side. And then we're going to pre-nail right down the middle. So right in between the outside and the line, we're going to pre-nail. Same with the other piece. Now we're going to nail them on to our legs, making sure that we are flush here and flush here. Same with the other side. We're going to repeat it for this one. The next one is going to be our 270s, which is going to go all the way to the end. Now we're going to join our legs up. Okay, so again we want to see it flush at the top and flush on the end. We're going to do the same on this end. We can add some more nails into here just to strengthen it up. Now hopefully if you've got everything nice and square, it should sit nice and flush and be pretty solid. Okay, now we're going to work on our top piece. We want our top to overhang 15 millimeters on all sides, all the way around, 15 millimeters. So now we're going to measure and cut our top piece. So the top of our box should be 270 almost. So one way we've got 270, the other way is 270. So now if we want a 15 mil overhang on either side, it means that we're going to be measuring 270 plus 15 plus 15. So that's an extra 30. So 270 plus 30 is 300 millimeters. So we're going to be measuring 300 mils. And we square off that 300 millimeters. We're going to make that cut. And we're going to measure our second one at 300 millimeters. And square it off. Now make that cut. Now that we have those cut, we're going to put those on top of our stool. We line them up next to each other, find the best side that looks the best. That's going to be our top. We put our stool base on top of it. Now this is going to find our nailing line. So we try and get it even, all the sides, round about even. Should be approximately 15 mils. And then we're going to mark the outside of our leg frame. Now this is the outside of our nailing line. Now with your offcut, it's going to give you the thickness of our braces. So we mark on the inside of those. So there we have our nailing line. So now we're going to pre-nail inside our nailing line. So we want to find the middle of our leg, so we're going to measure our 270. Half of 270 is 135. We're going to do that on both ends. Now if you want to make sure it's the middle, you can always measure from the other side as well and make sure it's 135. But remember, yours may be slightly different depending on your thickness of your wood. So now that we have that, we can line our top pieces up with this, and lining it up with our lines, our nailing lines, okay, and get this brace right in the middle of your nailing line. So just using your eye, line it up with your halfway mark, hit the first nail in. Now we go to the other side, line up our halfway line, and we're going to hit that nail in. Yep, now you can carry on going around. Now we can line up our other side. Yep, nail those in. Now you might want to add more nails in just to make it nice and solid, because some of this wood is a little bit bowed. It'll come right over time. So some of this might be a little bit bowed, so you might want to add some more nails in just to strengthen it up. So there you have it. You have your stool. Okay, so like I said, add more nails in if you want to strengthen it up. Finish it off however you'd like to finish it off. You can sand them back, you can paint them up, you can stain them up. It's up to you. Okay, so there we have it. We have our stool. Now you can use this in the living room when you're watching television, just to put your feet up off the ground. You can use it to step on to get up into some higher cupboards. Or you can use it for a little seat out in the garden while you're doing some gardening. It's up to you. So remember to take your photos and your videos of your project. I especially want to see one with it completed at the very end. And upload it into your classroom under the Foot Stool project. And then let's see how it goes. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Okay, have fun and enjoy. So that is our third project. The next project after this is going to be an evolution of our second project. So look out for that video. And don't forget to smash that like button and click that subscribe button.